Prime Minister is about to renew negotiations for an Australia-European free trade deal, but says he's not willing to budge on EU demands that Aussie producers stop calling their products by the traditional names like Feta and Prosecco. So, is Europe right in protecting the geographical integrity of its produce, or are they being a little too precious of their parmesan?
What's in a name? Well, if you're a Prosecco producer outside of Italy or a cheesemaker not from the province of Parma, it can mean a lot.
Oh, I definitely think they should be allowed to use those names.
They should call Prosecco if it's Prosecco, wine if it's wine.
As Australia tries to revive a multi-billion-dollar EU trade pact, there's one major sticking point that has both sides refusing to budge. Australian producers want to keep using names like Prosecco, Feta and Parmesan for locally made products, but the EU says it's not good.
If Prosecco goes as a grape variety name, then what other Italian grape variety would be next? It's a scary prospect for the whole of the Australian wine industry.
After 7 years of negotiating, trade pact talks stalled again in 2023. But the prospect of a global economic slowdown from President Donald Trump's new raft of tariffs has them keen to shred their differences.
It shows us that we need to have multiple channels to be able to sell our products.
Aussie winemakers had to strip champagne from its labels in 2010, and Europe wants to add another 1,000 products to the restrictions.
Why do we want to do that?
We cannot abuse of the name, otherwise we're going to lose the quality of the product itself.
The PM argues that Feta, made in Frankston, or Parmesan, made in Parramatta, are still the real deal, as they come from the migrants who brought their cultural heritage to Australia.
Bringing our tradition to Australia, we're just using the Australian ingredients, the Australian milk in our case. How come the results? It's become excellent.
When we talk about these geographical indicators or names, we want to make sure that we can have a fair and open discussion about why it's important to us, but also acknowledging that these names are a part of our heritage as well.
And it wouldn't be fair for Aussie producers to rename products that are essentially the same thing.
How do you ask for Parmesan on your pizza or mozzarella when you can't use those words anymore? We estimate that that cost to the dairy industry alone would be somewhere of the realm of $75 to $95 million per annum.
So, should we fight to keep the Parma in our ham, or for the sake of a free trade deal worth billions to Aussie exporters, is it time to forget the Feta?
Getting it right now is really important, and we would rather walk away from a bad deal than have to sign up to something that constricts our trade with the EU moving forward.
Forget the Feta?
Forget the Feta.
Francesco and Fabio Portella are third-generation cheesemakers. Guys, what do you think about the idea that you shouldn't be able to call your cheese Parmesan?
I think for us, not being able to call our cheese Parmesan is huge. Our business was born in 1955 and we're celebrating 70 years this year by my grandfather who immigrated from Sicily in Italy. And he brought back with him recipes and a skill set that he learnt in Italy. And he was really proud of that. We don't promote our products as Italian, it's an Australian Parmesan. And for us, it's our tradition. It's our community and it's our identity as a business. So that'd be something really big for us.
So do you make your Parmesan the same way as they do back home?
Look, we use traditional methods, but obviously with the support of technological advances. So, so pretty much traditional method with technology of support.
Isn't the argument, though, that the Europeans are making that there's a geographic specialty about these products, that it's the water that's used locally, it's about the grass the cows are eating, it's about everything that goes into it before it's made, not just the sort of recipe. Is that a fair point?
It is a fair point. Look, we can't replicate the Grana or the Reggiano Parmesan, but they've got different fodder that they feed the cows, and it's obviously the different enzymes and the flora.
For us in Australia, it's more about being identifiable, and that's what the Parmesan name means to us.
What about if you just had some backup names and just focused making it more Australian to distinguish it? So, like, your Parmesan could be Parmesano, or like Fetto. Fetto would be good for Feta. What do you think? Fetto.
Oh, look, we've got some names in-house that we've developed, but we'll keep that in-house, I'd say.
We might name it after the cheesemakers. We'll see.
No bad ideas in a brainstorm. Remember that, everyone.
I don't care what you call it, just keep it coming.
Yes.
Francesco, thank you, and Fabio, thank you so much for your
That's it.
time.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you. Cheers.